Introducing the Agromatics Libra Express. The Libra Express is different from the Grain Cart app as well as the TMR app. It is a basic version of both, and it can be used in a very similar way, except for you're not going to have identifiers set up like Grower Farm Field or rations with ingredients and pens. This is just more of a basic weighing application. So this could work with a grain cart or with a feed wagon, except for it's going to be more of a simple button pressing application where you're going to save your data. So it's a very basic but also simple enough to use and go through and use the different features. If you look at the display here, it has the same emulation of an LED display, just like a normal indicator would. So you see the weight display. It has the gross pounds on the bottom, and then when you're doing an unload or loading process, you'll see that the weight on top, for example, if you're unloading onto a semi-truck with a grain cart, it will actually zero out the top display for you, and that will be net pounds. Or if you're unloading, it'll do the same thing. So you see the gross pounds getting smaller and then the net pounds getting larger in that scenario. If you take a look at the tare, you could use this in remote mode to tare out your display, not this display, but actually your remote display in the combine to calibrate the yield monitor. You can also use this as a temporary zero spot for any type of weighing that you want to do, if you want to do test plots, for example. So if I push the tare, that gives me a temporary zero. So then I could unload or load onto this, whichever way you want to use that and whichever application you see fit. If I need to get back out of this, I can push the clear and it'll take me back to the normal weighing mode. If I want to record the data, let's say, and I'm just using that default, the identifier, if I push start, and then let's say if I'm unloading, or if I'm weighing something for that matter too, I could do it any way. It doesn't really matter if you're doing a particular application. You can make this work through the application of the subtraction and addition. If you look here at the remainder, your net pounds, if I hit save, that information will be saved at the identifier. So you can kind of see here how you can make this work for many different scenarios. You could make this work for weighing at a chute. You could make this work for grain carts, platforms, you name it. There's a lot of different applications that this could tie into. And the next thing that we'll go over in the next video, I think I'll stop right here and we'll touch on the next basics going from here to the actual calibration.